my crafty friends. Today I am sharing my card for Karen Burniston's Designer Challenge, where she challenged her design team to create a project with a scene. So I did something a little different. I did create a scene. I put it on a Slimline card, and it is a Shadowbox Scene card. So I will show you what I used to create my card today. I started out with the crosshatch long rectangles. I nested the largest two together with washi tape, ran them through, which gave me my frame, and I kept the inside piece for the layering inside. The next layer here is this section of the die that comes in the outdoor scene die set. And then I used the farm edges. So I used this section of the tractor part. That's all I used from that. And then the clouds, I used the nature edges, and that's that kind of wonky scalloped here. The train tracks come from train elements. So I used just about this much of the train elements. And then for my smaller trees at the top, these aren't on a magnetic sheet, but they're the long nature rectangles, and I used this section here. Other than the word dies and the green matting inside, I did everything on white cardstock. I added the color by dipping and dragging dye inks. So I dabbed an ink pad on my waffle flower media mat, sprayed it with water, and then just dipped and dragged my pieces through it. How I got the brown on the tree trunks is I did the same thing. I dabbed a little bit of brown ink on my media mat, spritzed it with water, and then I picked the color up with my finger and just lightly dabbed it on. I'm okay with the bleeding because the whole thing is a bit random color. It's all modelly, and I was very happy with how it turned out. I layered everything onto a white panel, which of course was going to give me a big white spot right there. So I dipped and dragged that section of the white rectangle into diluted blue ink. And then when everything was dry, I assembled it. So I would remember how everything went and get my layering sizes properly. I did kind of lay it out. When I was happy with how it looked on the white rectangle, I took a picture with my phone to refer back to, but it made it very easy to assemble. Once everything was glued down to the white panel, I adhered the white panel just to a white card base. So my Slimline card is 3.5 by 8.5 inches. And then I added my frame with foam tape. So it could be a shaker card, but I didn't want the sequins getting caught up and it's kind of a serene scene, and I didn't want the sequins or even just glitter or those micro beads. I didn't want anything getting caught up or stuck and kind of disrupting the scene. I did add a transparency though for the look of glass in my shadow box. Make a wish, and the words inside come from word set 8, celebrate. I die cut them from black cardstock, which had double-sided adhesive on the back, and that essentially made them a sticker, so they adhered quite easily. Inside is the pop-up. I used Karen Burniston's Catherine label pop-up, which is probably my most used Karen Burniston die. It's quick and easy to put together. You can see you get lots of height and dimension. This is where I used the inside portion that fell away when I cut my frame, and it has such a nice embossed edge on it, and that's something that comes with the die. You don't have to do anything extra, and all of the crosshatch sets have that option, so they come with alternating crosshatch edges and straight edge, and the straight edges all have that embossing edged detail. I added one of the crosshatch ovals so that my 2U would stand out a little more than it did when I laid it out on the white panel. And the heart comes included with the Catherine label, as does this shape here. So not only the arm mechanism, but it comes with labels and hearts. It's a really versatile die set. In fact, if you're just starting out with Karen Burniston dies, or you're looking for an easy pop-up to make, I would highly recommend the Catherine label. I have it linked on my blog, which is in the description box below, as well as the assembly video for the Catherine label. That will be linked on my blog. And the rest of the design team are sharing their projects today as well. Karen Burniston will have her project tomorrow and a video. It's always fun to see the amazing projects she comes up with for the themes. I forgot to mention my white card base I stamped on the back with my stamp from Riley & Company, and it is called Email on Mantle. If you enjoyed my card today, please give it a thumbs up. and subscribe to see more. And that's it for me today.